I don't know if you can see me right now. It's kind of late at night, a little dark in here. Just going through some of your older videos. I haven't been too, honestly, I haven't been uh, too interested. Not to say you haven't been interesting, but the election coming up and a variety of things. I just haven't been catching up with a lot of your videos, and so I was watching this one, and so yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was because I was raised by older people. Maybe it was because just what I think of about human interaction with the world. I like real stuff better than fake stuff. Like, you talk about Krab, which is the first time I've ever heard it referred to that. I've always just called it imitation crab or imitation crab meat or whatever. Is this crab or is this imitation crab meat? Yes, I know it was made out of fish. I didn't know it was made out of fishy guts, but, whatever. I will eat it. It's tasty. But there's a certain, I don't know, disheartening quality when I eat it. It's like, yeah, I'm eating, I can't have actual crab. When I do eat crab, there's a little bit of satisfaction of, yes, I'm actually eating actual crab. So it's like maybe it's because I'm not trying to insinuate anything about your wealth status, but maybe it's because for me when I eat, it's like, oh, this is like a luxury thing, so I get like a added satisfaction from, ooh, living the high life, whatever, whatever, however you want to put it, same way when I, go to a really nice, you know, steak restaurant where, you know, private, raised cattle and whatnot, and the steaks are, so great. It's cut with your fork and whatnot. And you taste the real beef. This isn't Black Angus type shit. You go to a real nice place and you get that real good beef that's been aged and whatnot, and you know tasting the actual flavor of the meat and the textures and complexities that nature has spent millions of years putting into that. That does more to me than this is a sweet chewy meat, which is what I get out of imitation crab meat or K-rab, which is still I don't think that's gonna be catching on with me anytime soon. K-rab, I've never heard that before. Wow, and you're in Vegas, man. I'm in Cali, man. That's not that far away. I've never heard that, but yeah, and in the future, yeah, I'm totally supportive of like genetically engineering crops and um, figuring out ways to make food work better for us through genetic engineering. But I think that I'm at that point because I see that as almost an extension of nature because that's all that evolution is doing is genetic engineering and these small things that they're not really affecting anything about the genetic structure, just about specific things that are riding along, transposed between these things. That's one thing. But at the same time, that's not imitation crab meat. Imitation crab meat is, oh hey, we have a bunch of leftover fish guts. How can we sell them? Oh, let's sell them as imitation crab, and people are going, oh hey, this is like crab. And we're too broke to eat crab, so let's eat imitation crab meat. And I totally respect that you like that better than actual crab. That's great. It's always going to be around, and there's always going to be a market for it. And Penn, you just happen to be the market for it. Um, but I get like a specific joy out of eating real things and knowing that this is the actual flavor and trying to get as close to an actual flavor because nowadays everything is modified to a certain extent. It's just because of our history of interaction and whatnot. But I don't want to get into that. And there's a whole lot more to that, and the type of food that we eat in every days and what the actual flavors are. But yeah, I think it's because I dream of a world without humans in kind of a weird way, and that's the kind of weird thing. I think that the kind of evolutionary switch that we did changed a lot of what the game was, in I guess how nature plays out, and the actual uh, realness of real food. A gamey flavor, eating like an actual creature off the land. If you've ever had the chance to do that, there's a certain thing about it, and it really does change the way you think about the food that you eat. And man-made food is great. I totally support that because it is the way of the future. We need to figure out a way to handle this because the way that we're handling it right now is not going to be able to last. So to that point, yeah, there is, I guess, no real food, but you again, maybe it's just the way I was raised. Raised by my grandparents, that kind of older. I don't want to say, kind of swinger rat pack mentality that I was raised with my grandfather, and going out to the nice restaurant and the platter of this, that, and the other thing. I don't know, just the way I was raised. Something about it actually being there, and the almost, I don't want to say class difference, but just the mentality of it. I don't know, I have to think about that. Especially since, someone like you live in Vegas, goddamn. The imitation crab meat must be like falling out of your pockets and shit, right? Alright, dude. Ciao.